Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video. This week's parsha is Vayakhel. Vayakhel is actually usually combined with next week's parsha, which is Pikudei. But being that this year is a leap year, as we've talked about before, we have many more weeks, many more parshas that we got to cover, and therefore we split Vayakhel and Pikudei in two. They're actually two separate portions, so this is fine. But Vayakhel describes the greatest fundraiser in all of history, all of Jewish history anyway. Not so much because of the amount of money that they raised, but the haste, the enthusiasm. Let me tell you, I raise funds for Chabad House. If we found the enthusiasm that Moses had when he built the Mishkan, we would have the biggest Chabad House in the United States of America. The point is that Moses sends out the call that God wants a Mishkan, and the Jewish people run to do it with haste, with alacrity, with enthusiasm, with passion. The women are at the forefront. They donate their jewelry, their rings, their bracelets, and they have the artisanal craft of they're able to weave and spin the wool, all these types of things. The Torah tells us how, in fine detail, how they did all this stuff. It's incredible. Within no time at all, they had all the material they needed. And in fact, the Nasiim, the leaders of each individual tribe, were in trouble because they calculated, the people are going to drag their feet till they get their act together. We'll just provide whatever is remaining. Lo and behold, there was nothing remaining. Moshe had to tell the people to stop. They had so much material to build the Mishkan. And they were left with bringing a few of the gems that were needed for the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol, of the high priest. But with all this material, Moses is looking through all the material, there was one item they didn't know what to do with. And that was the mirrors. The women donated their own mirrors. They were so enthusiastic. They were so passionate about building the Mishkan, the sanctuaries for God. They gave their mirrors. Mirrors those days were coated, the back of the glass was copper. It was very valuable. They needed copper. In the Mishkan, to build the Mishkan, they needed copper. For a few of the items were made out of copper. And Moses says, mirrors? Mirror is vanity. A mirror is a thing to beautify yourself, creates lust and temptation. This is not something that should be used to build a Mishkan. And take it a step further. Moses sees the Mishkan as a window to serving God, as an opportunity to get closer to God. If you think about divinity, Moses wanted something transparent, something that would take the person further into understanding and appreciating God. Make the world a little less obscure. The mirror does the opposite. The mirror blocks your vision. Not only does it block your vision, all you see is yourself. The self gets in the way of serving God. How could you use a mirror in the construction of the Mishkan? God tells Moses, not only I want you to accept the mirrors, the Midrash tells us that God says those are the most precious items from all the materials that have been donated. Why are they the most precious? So the Midrash tells us the women used the mirrors in their servitude in Egypt to beautify themselves, to make themselves look pretty, so that when their husbands would come home after a long day in the fields, they would see their beautiful wives and they would want to be together, and as a result, more children were born. In other words, the Jewish children, the generations that were born, were a result of the mirrors. God says, I love those mirrors. Not only are you going to use those mirrors, the copper is going to be used to build the wash basin, which would be the first thing the Kohen would use when he comes to serve in the temple. Take it a little deeper. A mirror, it's true, you might say that it obscures us from seeing further, but actually it reflects light. the light bounces back at us. And as a result, we're able to see even deeper. When you look in the mirror, you don't just see yourself, you see everything behind you. You see how God is in everything. The divine light, the divinity of the world becomes visible to us in everything. Let me just explain it. You see, Hasidus has a beautiful understanding of our drives, our passions, our desires that are sometimes can be a little bit materialistic, let's put that bluntly, or simply. But Hasidus understands that everything in this world can be used to serve Hashem. And that inner drive, that passion, that energy, that zeal, that sometimes comes out in not such holy ways, is actually a drive for something holy. We just need to channel it. We just need to recognize it. The Baal Shem Tov famously said that the reason that we have a desire to work and earn money is because the soul wants to make an impact in the world. And so with other drives that we have within us. And God was telling Moshe, it's true, you have a desire to be transparent, that you should just see God in everything. It should be open and revealed to us. But in reality, what you see as materialistic desire, as corporeal desire, is also a divine drive, is also something holy. It just needs to be seen that way. And it needs to be channeled that way. The mirror shows you what's behind you. The mirror shows you that God exists in everything, and sometimes you need to look to find it, and you will see it. Just to end with a little thing about another thing going on this week. This is the Shabbos Shkolim. Shkolim is the half shekel. We commemorate the fact that in temple times, everyone would donate a half shekel every year. The head of the household will give a half shekel, which they would use to buy the communal sacrifices. That way, every family would be a part of the communal sacrifices that were brought on behalf of the community. Even though we don't have the temple anymore, we still commemorate it with a special reading from Kitisa that describes the half shekel. It is also the Shabbos before Rosh Chodesh. Tomorrow on Sunday is Rosh Chodesh Adar Sheni, Rosh Chodesh Adar 2, which means we're getting closer to Purim, 2 weeks away from tomorrow night, and we're looking forward to a special Purim this year. And with that, I wish you a good Shabbos.